In 2014, JSConf4U gave me the possibility to dive deeper into using JavaScript on a microcontroller to control LEDs based on web audio analysis in Chrome. The result of that talk was a project I called NerdDisco, and because of NerdDisco, I had the opportunity to speak at conferences around the world. I've met a lot of amazing people that were interested in the stuff that I love, and some of them created the group LiveJazz with me. Thank you, JSConf4U, for giving me the power to believe in myself, to speak in front of people, to see that failure is something normal and only exists to let me grow. Thank you for being you.
We've come so far, and we've reached so high, and we've looked each day and night in the eye, and we're still so young, and we hope for
That was cool. I hope I'm not interrupting, but
Hi, Paul.
yeah, sorry. If I understand correctly, this is all being done in a web browser?
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Yeah. Do you mind if I just open up DevTools real quick, do like a little performance audit? Is that cool?
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, great. It'll just take a second. Let me find that. Oh yeah, here we go. Untersuchen. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see. We're going to open up the performance panel real quick, I think. Right after I lose, there we go. Performance, yeah, good. Let's take a trace. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, it looks like a smooth 60 FPS right here. So that works out. Let's check out the performance monitor real quick. Monitor, let's see. It It's German keyboards, I don't know. Let's try that again. No? Okay, that's fine, that's fine. You know, one thing I'm curious about is where actually the paints are happening. So I kind of want to turn on paint flashing. Let's try that out. Come back. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. I'll do it. All right. Let's get back. All right, we're gonna turn on paint flashing real quick. And I'm not really seeing what I want to, but if I just switch over to, come on, man. It's gonna be, yeah, console, great. Yeah, if I just run this quick thing, yeah, that's all I wanted to see. That's fine, okay. And one more thing, I was wondering actually, just like this intro, the DevTools themselves are just a web page. Let me just show that and prove that to you. So we'll just open up DevTools on the DevTools. Yeah, okay, and actually I feel like the DevTools should really, Ruth, like catch the theme of the conference a little bit better.
Oh, okay, Paul, okay.
Yeah, so let's, we'll just turn this on and flip that. How's that?
This is really pretty and everything, but I love your performance on it. We're kind of in the middle of a performance.
Yeah. Sorry, just 1 second. Just one more thing.
Okay.
I just need to run this last thing. Come on.
Oh.
All right. All right, that's it for me.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Yeah.
There's only one thing for it, Martin. Refresh, quick.
Has somebody seen the mouse cover?
Life.js Remix.
Life.js. I'm Carolina. Oh, thanks for that. That was very...
For now. Whoa, here we go. Okay, I'm Tiffany. This is
I'm
Carolina. There we
Let's
go.
do this again.
Woo! So, you might have heard, that this is the 10th anniversary of JSConf EU. But you might also have heard that for now, this is the last one. But this seems like a great opportunity for us to give you a little bit of a look at how it all got started.
So the history of JSConf began in Washington, D.C. 10 years ago, 2009. And this event is often described as a homecoming for the JavaScript community, because that might be hard to believe for you right now, but back then, the JavaScript community kind of didn't exist. A lot of people were PHP programmers doing a little bit of Ruby, Python, just dabbling with a little bit of JavaScript, but nobody really felt like, JavaScript is my home. And JSConf in 2009 brought that space together and changed the landscape of programming forever.
And Holger, Jan, and Malte met at that first JSConf US, and they decided they needed to bring that same community to Europe. And in 2009, they chose a venue, and with no other prior experience planning a conference, got started. Lucky for them, Marina worked there. And she helped bring that conference to life. And a few months later, when they were planning the next conference, they found out Marina didn't work there anymore, and they were panicked and approached her, and since then, she's been working with the conference every single year. So, little known secret, Marina is a huge part of this conference. Please applaud Marina. She's the one who suggested the bubble track, if you remember that. Anyway, not this year.
So the original JSConf was Jan, Holger, and Malte, but these are not the only people who have been a part of this amazing organizing team. In 2012, Tiffany joins. Then in 2015, Simon. For a year, I was a part of the team before moving to Australia and actually just cultivating a local chapter of JSConf and CSSConf Australia. And then last but not least, Feli joins in 2017 as the newest team member.
So, as someone who is an organizer, I think it's still fair for me to say that JSConf EU had a little impact on the tech community, starting in the first year when Ryan Dahl showed everyone Node.js for the first time, and it was maybe one of the only tech conferences with a standing ovation. I missed it. I was in the other track. And then last year, he demoed Deno, his new JavaScript runtime, and of course, Deno is based on TypeScript, which was also introduced at JSConf EU. And finally, the not so super well received React was presented at JSConf US, but then a year later, it was re-presented by Pete Hunt at JSConf EU.
So this is a little bit funny, but JSConf was never supposed to be a big conference, yet here we are with 1,600 people right now. The strategy for JSConf from the very early days was to actually have a lot of small conferences around the globe to provide those local anchors for local communities to be very distributed and also to lower the environmental impact of flying people around while organizing conferences. But now we have approximately 14 JSConfs. Some of them are active, some of them are retired. EU, Australia, China, Korea, Colombia, Asia, Brazil, Australia, Argentina, Hawaii, Uruguay, Belgium, China. I hope I didn't forget anyone. There are a lot of them. And that's not mentioning any satellite events and JSConf family events. So it's a huge family now.
But JSConf EU didn't just spawn more JSConfs around the world. In 2011, Reject.js joined. Reject was originally conceived as a platform for all the great talks that had to get rejected, and it was a lower-priced event aimed at locals, but it developed its own cult following. And of course, in 2013, CSSConf came to the EU as well, and you may have heard that just like JSConf, CSSConf is also taking a break, but that means it's completely over. Their last conference was yesterday. Round of applause if you went yesterday. Yeah.
One of the things that makes JSConf and CSSConf as well such a special, very special and welcoming place is inclusion. And JSConf is one of the first events in tech which implemented and enforced a code of conduct, provided childcare, built an anonymous call for speakers process that minimizes bias, and they really put an effort in maximizing the participation from underrepresented groups in every single aspect of the event. So diversity and inclusion is one of the core values at JSConf, because anyone, no matter their race, gender, age, socioeconomic status, ability, should be able to safely participate in the tech community, be treated equally, and be welcome.
Applause to that.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I didn't do that, I promise. I just pressed the button.
We can keep going. I think you should just.
We can just go without.
We'll just
That's
keep going.
fine. That's fine.
Imagine tweets.
It's okay.
Imagine
It's okay.
excited tweets from people.
GIFs of excited people.
Picture tweets.
Okay, we can go through this again. Yeah, we've talked about this. Yeah.
Recap of the recap.
Been there, done that. Yep.
Previously on JSConf.
It's the GIFs that are
2015.
breaking it, I swear. Yes, success. Okay, getting back on track. So one of the most exciting and great manifestations of that inclusion strategy is the scholarship program that's being run by JSConf and CSSConf as well. And this program allows people from underrepresented groups who couldn't attend otherwise to be here during those events for free. And this program has created friendships, started careers, built amazing connections. And one of the examples of that is Sona Lee, who you can see on the screen. And she was a recipient last year and now is the organizer of the first JSConf Korea.
Woo!
So it's just incredible to see the effect of this program that it can have on somebody's life.
So we want to thank right now everyone who supported this program, both this year and in previous years. People like yourself contributing to this program. All the sponsors this year, every single one of them contributed to the program. We want to especially thank Google and Glitch, who directly contributed to the program. And this program has grown so significantly that this year there are 150 scholarships given out for CSSConf and JSConf. So congratulations on that.
Okay. Whoa. The party's getting started. And I think at this moment it's really also important to address those of you who are here because of this program. I want to welcome you to JSConf, welcome you to this community. We are so happy and privileged to have you. So welcome, and I hope you have a wonderful time here.
Woo! So, if anything, JSConf has made a lot of people happy, and we hope that we see a lot more smiling faces today. And I was at that first JSConf EU, and I can tell you that that was the first time I felt like I was part of my professional community. I'm gonna lose it. Shit. Maybe JSConf was that for you too. So, we're part of a diverse community, and we're gonna have a great time, and Enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Life.js.
Thank you.